All right, hi, hello. How y'all doing? How you fellas doing tonight, man? Mr. Miles, Mr. White, EJ Hicks. I appreciate y'all for coming out tonight and be a part of this group discussion for me. That being said, let's get it right into it. Um, so, first question is it's kind of like a warm up question. When was the last time you got into like a really heated argument or like conflict you got in with somebody or someone?
All right. For me, uh, prior to that, and I practice today, basketball practice. Miscommunication. You know how that be.
For me, just man, I really haven't had no heated arguments or nothing like that recently. The last one I could probably think of was I don't know. I don't really got nothing honestly.
About I think the last argument I got in was like about 3 or 4 years ago. So arguing with my stepdad, they got physical, and I threw him through a window, and that's things happen. So
Yeah, when we tend to get in like arguments and things like that, like it's just another form of communication, like a lot of times when we argue or we get into like a conflict, it just brings out our raw emotions like we have for that person or the other person, and it gets the best of us. And like communicating through like emotion, like sometimes it tends for you to like to say things you don't really mean or do things you don't really like you regret. So sometimes it really messes you up in that type of situation.
right.
I agree on you. Cause like, certain things I probably say I really don't mean it, but I don't really say a lot anyway. So ain't ain't for so much. Ain't for so much being said, but nah, it's true though. Cause I know plenty of people said some things to me, and I'd be like, you true about what you about to say, or not? But it's just all about emotion. So
Right.
anything happen to you tomorrow?
Not really, bro. Just man, I guess like I definitely agree with Austin saying like about acting out on emotion, just like how you feel about that person.
Yeah.
Sometimes I believe like it's out of love. You just love that person so much that you just I don't know. I don't really know how to explain it, but yeah, I don't even know really how to explain it. I don't know where I'm going with it, but yeah, EJ.
no comment.
All right.
As y'all know, in recent times, police brutality and young Black Americans dying due to, police brutality and really shooting young Black people in America, and it's getting really out of control. Like for instance, in the situation in Minnesota, a young man called Deontay Wright, he lost his life dealing with a police shooting by a young white lady. And my question is for you fellas is like if you was in Deontay Wright's situation, what would be a way like to deal with that type of conflict if you've seen the video and you know what I'm talking about?
Well, obviously, like being just a Black individual in today's society is already like a threat. It's already like kind of being dangerous. You're not you carry a different type of energy, being out in the real world, and I'll just be cautious of that. But if I was in his situation, like I recently found out like he had a warrant. He didn't know he had a warrant. I'm pretty sure things like that, they let you know about that stuff. So me personally, like I see why he got stopped, but I forgot why he got stopped. Why did he get stopped again?
I think it was due like to a traffic. It was something with his car.
Oh, it was a traffic. It was a traffic stop. It was a
Yeah.
traffic stop.
So yeah, he got.
It was a traffic stop, and they pulled him over, and then he already had a warrant, stuff like that. And
So for that, like I would just say, like just knowing your surroundings, like not knowing your surroundings, but just knowing what's going on. Like you have a warrant, you know you have a warrant. That's first off. Like
Right.
you might as well just go ahead and take care of the warrant. He probably wouldn't have been in that situation, but he didn't. Whatever. And then him getting pulled over. I mean, once you had the warrant, you knew they were going to take you out the car. But watching the video and seeing like him trying to like, he did like he didn't follow the rule. I was like, I see it from both.
Right.
She didn't need to shoot him. Like that shit obviously shouldn't have been her first thing. But he also broke protocol. Like they told him to not move, and my boy tried to break loose and get low. So it's like, man.
so is this the one? I ain't mean to cut you off though, but is this the one when the lady she had the officer she thought she picked up a taser?
Yeah. Right.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I'm just saying, like I think in my deep opinion, him being black still doesn't have nothing to do with both of them breaking protocol.
Right.
I think both parties were wrong. I think obviously he tried to get away. I don't know how far he thought he was gonna get, but he shouldn't have did it. She shouldn't have shot him. He just, she should still have her job. Simple as that.
Mm-hmm. It's just unfortunate, another black person has died off of a avoidable situation,
Mm-hmm.
and it's just crazy because today with the verdict of George Floyd, like he got his family, he got his justice, but on the other side, it's like the work still hasn't been done yet.
Yeah.
It's
still not over because there's plenty of cases that's still going on to this day that still haven't been solved yet. Even Breonna Taylor, I still haven't been solved yet.
Right.
And we're still trying to get justice for that. So
I kind of think like this case. I think this case and the George Floyd case was like two different things. Like
yeah.
George Floyd, like, no matter what, I don't even remember what George Floyd did. I think it was something like so little. I don't even know if he did anything, but
he was just walking and he stopped him and
yeah, like the mere fact that he like George Floyd was cooperating with everything they were telling him to do.
Yeah.
He didn't try to break away. He didn't resist not one.
But look, Breonna Taylor, bro, they went into her house, bro, and shot her house. Like it's crazy, bro.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's like a whole nother
That's
situation.
a whole different thing towards George Floyd and Deontay Wright. But I think that's his name. But
God forbid, God forbid all three of those people died. But those are like three.
yeah, but that's just crazy. I don't understand that. I mean, Breonna Taylor, that one hurt.
That one is like up there, bro.
Yeah, facts.
I think George Floyd and that one's the toughest type of cases going on right now.
Yeah, I don't really think you compare the Devontae Wright or I forgot what his name was, but Devontae Wright, his killing compared to George Breonna Taylor, because them two legit didn't do anything.
Yeah,
Sure.
for
I
sure.
was like I'm pretty sure if anybody just walked into your crib, just start firing shots at your crib, like.
Of course, you're gonna want to protect yourself,
Like, yeah.
I mean, it don't really happen. I mean, it kind of do happen where we live at, but it's not as bad.
But no, that's not the cops though. Like this
yeah,
not.
you
this
just
not the
regular,
cops.
just regular people. Yeah, I mean, okay.
You're talking about cops just coming into London Woods, just towing that thing. No,
Right.
EJ, you got my boy.
My ad, you gonna put my addy out? You wild. But go ahead, EJ.
Not in the say. I don't. I said everything. What I gotta say?
So history lesson. This is what you give
Yeah,
us.
I got the lesson. I mean,
So
both parties were wrong. Deontay Wright's good. Both parties were wrong.
Question me what? Oh, you just leave it.
No, I got a FaceTime call.
Oh, but good question though. How do you feel? How do you feel that us civilians would be better to the police in order to not get killed. Or,
Right, like how could you deal with this? How would you would have dealt with this conflict? Like if you was in that situation?
How would you deal with it? Yeah, how would you deal with it? If I say you driving right,
Hmm.
the police officer stop you, and it's a Caucasian police officer. What's your protocol? What's your thought process when you get pulled up? You first see the red and blue lights. Boom, you pull over. All right, give me your whole thought process when you do it.
I'm keeping both of my hands on the wheel until the police officer come and knock on my window, telling me to roll it down. Then I'm put my hands back on the wheel, and I'm gonna do everything slowly. That whatever he asks me to do, like put on my license and registration and driver's license, and if he somehow feels threatened or whatever the case may be, then it's just out of my control at the time. I can't drive off. It's just gonna make the situation worse. So it's really out of my control if the police officer feels like they're being threatened or I'm up to something.
And not to cut you off, but I kind of agree with you, because it's been many events and situations that's happened where they tell you what to do, and you tell them like, yeah, like I have a gun in here, like I'm allowed to carry a gun, and you reach for your license registration, they put 4 bullets in your chest. Like, that's happened.
I mean,
Like, shoot in Minnesota, it's right over in Minnesota too.
no, you're right. But this is the thing though. Police shouldn't do that anyway. That's one. Two,
Exactly.
when you first get pulled over and they ask you to do, the protocol is they ask you how many weapons and the thing. Let me know if you do. If you say weapons, they gonna feel threatened, but at the same time they shouldn't react just off of just words. You feel me? Like
Right.
I understand it's weapon inside, but at the same time they should be cautious, but shouldn't just fire at anything.
Right, to piggyback on what you said, Darren, a lot of times, like you said, they feel threatened, so they tend to panic.
Yeah.
So and that results into
That's the problem in the what's the name the police academy right now.
yeah, for sure.
They've been trained to just always be on alert. That's cool, but you shouldn't put anybody else's lives in danger because you want to go home at night. Like the other person want to go home at night as well too. So I don't know why you just don't make it easy for both y'all to go home.
Right, and then in a way, it's kind of like a domino effect, because if you're the police officer and you're scared and panicked, how you feel the person you pulled over feels,
Yeah.
So it's just hard, But with that being said, I'll say the best way we can avoid these situations and avoid conflict like this is the communication style of just trying to avoid it and period. Just trying to avoid it as much as possible.
I mean, it's kind of you can't really avoid that. Bro.
Yeah, right.
Society, that's what it is. Like,
Yeah.
it's just a norm now. When you get pulled over, half the time you might be able to drive off, or you might not. That's just a part of life right now. And then it's kind of sad to say that, but that's just what it is, and that's what police officers have been showing us as a society, and that need to be changed.
Right.
I don't think it's really gonna, because like you just said, it's normalized now. So it's like it's part.
It's not going to stay. It's not going to go down at all. I mean, it's just
Until that culture change, because you got to think there's a lot of people on this earth that still, oh, my grandfather taught me this, my father taught me that, that are racist, like straight up racist.
Yeah.
It's all over the place. So a lot of people, I mean, cop or not, like they still have that mindset.
Right.
And a lot of these cops are still carrying that mindset of, like, oh, he's just a black person. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna say the N-word, but oh, he just, what?
Yeah.
So it's like, until that changes, until the only way I could really see all of this really, really changing is if a cop kills a white guy, a white person.
Yeah.
Until that day happens, I don't see it really changing.
I
that killing right there is gonna send like a message like.
Are you saying a white cop killing a white person, or are you saying a black cop killing a
I'm just saying a white person. Just if the roles were reversed,
they still getting treated the same way we getting treated, basically. Not getting more privilege. Okay.
yeah, yes. But like until that day happens, I don't see anything else changing because that day happening is gonna send like a message to the rest of the planet, like, yo, like that just happened. That has never happened before.
Right.
You know, like how many school shooters you've been seeing just getting carried out in handcuffs, you know, blah blah. But it was just an African American man who got shot for just jogging the trail, like, you know what I mean? So it's like, yeah, bro. Until that happens,
I was just walking in their neighborhood with a hood on.
Right. Yeah.
Like we could say all this like this Black Lives Matter stuff. Trust me, all of it is great. I believe in it, but bro, like it's always gonna be a clash, bro. And I think that's like the social media aspect too, because they promote this. They promote it.
Social media is one of the top influences right now in today's society. Like now, today in this generation is just technology. So that is more powerful than anything.
Right. Exactly. Well,
Plus,
to close it up, fellas, I appreciate y'all
No problem,
for
bro.
coming out, man, talking and getting y'all viewpoints of this situation. But I would say to finally, to sum everything up, we can try our best to avoid situation and conflict like this, but us as black men and black women of the world, with this type of situation, it's hard to avoid, but we will try to play our part as people and just continue to be the best we can be. So with that being said, I appreciate y'all for coming out.
Yeah.
And
Sure.
y'all have a good one.
Yeah. All right.
Me too, bro.